to see this slide. So cell cycle is a sequence of events that occur in a cell during cell division. Means the processes, the changes that are happening during the cell division process and pre-cell division, post-cell division is included in this cell cycle. It results in formation of two identical cells. It results in the formation of two identical cells. Just a minute. So cell cycle means the sequence of events that occur in a cell during cell division. Means you all know that the cells undergo cell division. So during this process of cell division, many changes will happen. Like you know that mitotic cell division is there, meiotic cell division is there. So all the vegetative cells of the body undergo mitotic cell division. So to undergo a cell division, cells should be ready. Cell should be ready. So how it will be ready? What way it will be ready? So it has to be ready with the DNA. It has to be ready with the nucleus. It has to be ready with the cell organelles, cytoplasm, which is required for two cells, because after the cell division there will be two identical daughter cells formation. So cell cycle is a sequence of events. That's why I have mentioned is a sequence of events. Means there are many processes that are happening during the process of cell cycle and cell division. So to undergo cell division, it requires some preparatory phase, and after cell division some changes has to be done. So all these events that are taking place in a sequence are collectively called as cell cycle. So for vegetative cells, they undergo mitotic cell division, whereas reproductive cells or the cells that are present in gametes, they undergo meiotic cell division. So the reproductive cells or the cells of gametes, they undergo meiotic cell division, whereas other cells, other body cells are called vegetative cells, they undergo by cell division by mitotic cell division. So before undergoing the cell division, they need some preparation. So that preparation is also included along with the cell division and is collectively termed as cell cycle. So if you see the cell cycle, it has 4 phases. First phase starts with G1 phase. This is called as gap 1 phase. Second phase is called as S phase, is also called as synthetic phase. G2 phase is called gap 2. G2 phase is called gap 2 phase, and the fourth phase is called M phase or mitotic phase. M phase or mitotic phase. So let us see, this is a cell cycle. Everybody, when you are writing in the exams, you should draw these diagrams along with the material. So you practice these diagrams while you are reading the cell cycle. So see, G1 is the starting phase in cell cycle, followed by S phase, followed by G2 phase, then cell division process takes place. See, if you see the whole cell cycle as a circle, and in the circle G1 phase is very, huge portion is there. Synthetic phase is also occupying some 1/3 portion, and G2 phase is occupying almost 1/4 portion. And mitosis or the actual cell division process is very less. See, actual cell division process, that is nothing but mitosis process, is very less. So the time required for G1, S phase and G2 phases is comparatively high compared to the cell division process or mitotic division process, which indicates the importance of cell cycle is lying mainly in the three phases, G1 phase, S phase and G2 phase. It is not only the cell division, the preparatory phases or the other phases that are required for cell division process are very crucial for cell cycle maintenance. So you take any cell, any dividing cell will undergo all these phases so that they can complete the process and they undergo the division so that two identical cells are formed. So cell cycle, if you see the four phases I told you, as I said earlier, four phases: G1 phase, S phase, G2 phase and M phase. M phase is mitotic phase. So G1 phase, what will happen in G1 phase? So it is a preparative phase for DNA synthesis. It is a preparative phase for DNA synthesis. All cellular components replicate except DNA in G1 phase. So as a result, what will happen? Cell size will be increased in G1 phase. Any damage to DNA is detected and repaired in G1 phase. S phase, DNA replication takes place in S phase. G2 phase prepares for cell division and spindle formation. DNA repair can occur in G2 phase. M phase, cell undergoes cell division in case of M phase. After mitosis, cell may continue cycle by re-entering into G1 or enter into G0 phase. G1 phase, when the cell exhausts with repeated cell divisions and it enters into a phase called G0 phase instead of entering in G1 phase. G0 means it means that the cell has entered into the apoptosis phase or cell death phase, or it may remain dormant also, or leads to the cell death when it enters into the G0 phase. See, the same thing is represented in this diagram also. Now see, first phase is G1 phase. It is growth and metabolism takes place in G1 phase. Growth of the cell and metabolism of the cell takes place in G1 phase, followed by S phase, means is the synthetic phase, in which the DNA replication takes place, starts. G2 is a preparation phase for cell division. So before undergoing the cell division, whatever the requirements are there, it is all carried out in G2 phase. Now it enters into the mitotic phase, which is the actual dividing phase. Suppose after undergoing many divisions, repeated cell divisions, then cell may go into a G0 phase, which is a non-dividing phase, or it may enter into the the cell may die, cause that is called apoptosis or cell death. Now here what you should understand, why these preparatory phases, three phases, G1 phase, S phase and G2 phase are required. Now I will tell you an example here. See, when you take the human beings only as an example, when you are born, and it will take some time for the growth period. When we born, we were very small. As the age progresses, day by day, month by month, year by year, growth will happen. So we will grow in size, and after attaining certain age, then after attaining the reproductive age, then only the human beings will be allowed for marriage, right? So then when you get married, you will have children, obviously. So the same way, purpose of cell cycle is, first the cell should grow in size, enough size. It should attain the all the requirements. Then it should be ready for the cell division. Then only axial cell division will take place. Same way, when we are very young, we are not fit for the marriage. We should attain that reproductive age to get into the process of marriage. Similarly, the cell also should grow in size, should be ready by all means to undergo a cell division. So, this cell cycle process involves these 4 phases: G1 phase, S phase, G2 phase and M phase. So, in the G1 phase, what is happening? Preparative phase for DNA synthesis. It is a preparative phase for DNA synthesis. All cellular components replicate except DNA in G1 phase. Means all ribosomes, endoplasmic reticulum, then lysosomes, then mitochondria, Golgi apparatus, all these cellular components they replicate, means they double. Replication means they double, they become double, and as a result what will happen? The growth, G1 phase, cell growth and cell size will take place. So, any damage to DNA is also detected in G1 phase and is repaired. Suppose if the cell is having any mistakes in the DNA coding, so that will be identified during this G1 phase and that will be repaired. So, means by chance any mutation has happened to that cell. So, the mutation or any damage to the DNA is repaired and it makes the DNA normal. So, all these processes will take place in G1 phase. Now, S phase is the synthetic phase where the DNA replication takes place. DNA replication takes place exactly during S phase. And G2 phase means gap 2 phase. In this phase of the cell cycle, the preparation for cell division and spindle formation will be taking place in G2 phase, and DNA repair can also occur in G2 phase. Means for cell division, if you remember during anaphase, during anaphase, metaphase, anaphase and telophase, the spindle formation is very important during this cell division. That spindles only will pull these chromosomes towards the ends of the cell during the process of cell division. So, spindle formation takes place in G2 phase. Similarly, DNA repair also will take place. So, whatever the mistakes that have not been identified in G1 phase, so it will be rechecked in G2 phase, so that there won't be any mistakes in DNA, because the DNA, once the cell is ready, the DNA information is copied by mRNA, and mRNA gives this information for the synthesis of proteins. So, the information which is present on DNA should be accurate, should be highly specific, so that there won't be any mistakes in communicating the information to the proteins. Understood? So, G2 phase, there will be for preparation for cell division, like spindle formation takes place, and the DNA check and damage checking will be done, and DNA repair, if any mistakes are there, if any damages are there for DNA, will be done during G2 phase. Then once G1, S phase and G2 phase is over, then the cell is ready for the cell division. So, once the cell is ready for the cell division, the cell undergoes mitotic division, means all the phases will be will start, that prophase, metaphase, anaphase and telophase. So, cell division process will be finished. Like this, the cell will undergo multiple divisions. Once after exhausting by undergoing several divisions, the cell may enter into G0 phase, means it remains dormant in G0 phase, because instead of entering in G1 phase, it will enter into the G0 phase. After repeated cell division, it may remain dormant, or it may progress to the death of the cell, which is called apoptosis. So, G1 phase is for growth and metabolism. S phase is for synthetic phase. So, it is in synthetic phase, DNA replication will take place, means DNA content of the cell will become double in S phase. G2 phase is a preparation for cell division. So, before undergoing cell division, it will be getting ready, like it is like exams. think that every year you will be writing university exams, correct? So to undergo university exams at the end of the year, at the end of your year, for that there will be lot of preparation. Means every day you will come to the college, every day you will attend your postings, you will attend practical classes, you will attend theory classes, right? Then you will attend some seminars, you will attend some conferences, guest lectures. Then you will write some internal assessments, you will write assignments. Then once you are ready by the end of the year, then you will submit your application to the university for writing the exam. Then you will be ready with your you will do all preparation. Once you are ready with the hall tickets and all, then what you will do, when you are before going to the exam, what you will do, you will revise your content, whatever you have studied all these months. Then you will be ready with your hall ticket, your pen, pencil, sketch pens, color pencils to write the diagrams in the exams. So you will be doing all these things. So whole process of your exam preparation can be considered like a cell cycle only. So in the first phase, like G1 phase, all of you are coming to the college, attending the classes regularly, following the classes regularly, you will collecting the study material, listening to the classes. That is all G1 phase. Now you are collecting the information. Now you are increasing your knowledge in your subject. So that is all G1 phase. Now S phase means DNA replication. Means here this is like kind of exams. So we will conduct internal assessments, periodical internal assessment. So to test your knowledge, whatever you are attending the classes, during the classes, whatever you are listening, all this we should also able to understand how far you have attained your knowledge in your course. So for that we will conduct exams. So that is internal assessments is like synthetic phase. Now G2 is a preparation for cell division, I said. Now once you are ready, before going to the university exams, what we will do, we will tell you to write one model exam. So model exam is like a university exam, but in the pattern of university exam, we will also give all the questions from your syllabus in a model exam. So once you pass in model exam, then you will get confidence, yes, I can finish the university exam. Then what is that? Actual cell division process. Means actual university exam you will write after the model exam. You will successfully finish your exams. So this is how the process goes. So cell cycle is also like this. In order to undergo cell division, cell should undergo these phases, G1 phase, S phase, G2 phase. Once it is ready by these all means for cell division, then it will enter into the mitotic division and it will complete the cell division process, and from one single cell you will get two daughter cells. Now another important point is how this gets activated and regulated, that you should know. For this there are a class of proteins called cyclins. These are called as cell cyclins. Cell cyclins are a group of proteins which are essential for the continuation of cell cycle. So cyclins are a group of proteins which are essential for the continuation of cycle. Means to carry out this cell cycle, some proteins are there. These proteins are called as cyclins. They regulate the cell cycle by increasing or decreasing their concentration during the cell cycle depending on the requirement. So when this cell cycle phase, G1 phase, G2 phase, S phase and G2 phase will get activated. How they get activated? Means it is based on the availability of the cyclins in the body cells, in the cells. So availability of these cyclins regulate the cell cycle by increasing or decreasing their concentration during the cell cycle depending on the requirement. So if the concentration of cyclins is high, cell cycle will proceed. If the concentration of cyclins is less, cell cycle will stop. So this is how this cell cycle is regulated by a class of proteins called cyclins. These cyclins, how they act on cell cycle? They act on cell cycle through the cyclin dependent kinases. Through the cyclin dependent kinases. These are like receptors. These are like receptors for the cyclin proteins. So the cyclins act on the cells through cyclin dependent kinases. In short, it is called as CD kinases. There are four types of cyclins have been identified majorly in regulating this cell cycle. That is cyclin A, cyclin B, cyclin D and cyclin E. So cyclin A, cyclin B, cyclin D and cyclin E. 4 types of cyclins are there. So these 4 cyclins, they act differently on different kind of kinases. So I told 4 types of cyclin proteins are there: cyclin A, cyclin B, cyclin D, cyclin E. This cyclin A, in this diagram you can see this cyclin A is able to act on P21 and CD kinase 2. So CDK means cyclin dependent kinase 2. Cyclin A acts and regulates this cell cycle via cyclin dependent kinase 2. Cyclin B regulates this cell cycle via acting cyclin dependent kinase 1. Similarly, cyclin D, if you see, cyclin D is able to regulate the cell cycle by acting through cyclin dependent kinase 4. Cyclin E is able to regulate the cell cycle by acting through cyclin dependent kinase 2. So CDK1, CDK2, CDK4 are able to communicate with the cyclin B, cyclins and can regulate the cell cycle. Okay. So this diagram also you should remember, you should draw this diagram in your exams if the cell cycle is asked. So this is the table where I can show you the cyclin and its dependent kinase and the function of the particular cyclin. Cyclin D acts through cyclin dependent kinase 4 and cyclin dependent kinase 6. The function of cyclin D is progression past restriction point at G1 or S boundary, means G1 phase or S phase. The progression and restriction point for the cyclin D is G1 phase and S phase. See here in this diagram, cyclin D can be progression at G1 phase or starting point of the S phase. So this can act on during the process of G1 phase or in the beginning of the S phase of the cell cycle. Now cyclin E and cyclin A act through cyclin dependent kinases 2. The function of cyclin E and cyclin A is initiation of DNA synthesis in early phase. So cyclin E and cyclin A act through cyclin dependent kinases 2 and they initiate the process of DNA synthesis in the S phase. So cyclin E is very important. Cyclin E is very important in initiating the DNA synthesis or DNA replication in S phase. See here in the S phase, cyclin E is important. And cyclin A is also, if you see the diagram, cyclin A is also responsible for the duplication or replication of DNA in S phase. Then cyclin B is a cyclin dependent kinase 1, acts through cyclin dependent kinase 1 and its function is transition from G2 to M. Means see this diagram, cyclin B, if you see, it acts through the cyclin dependent kinase 1 and it proceeds this G2 phase of the cell cycle into mitotic phase or M phase of the cycle. Means it helps in taking the G2 phase of the cycle into the mitotic phase or cell division phase. So all these cyclins are very important in regulating and maintaining the cell cycle. And cell cycle is very crucial because many changes are happening during the process of G1 phase, S phase and G2 phase. And cell cycles or cell division means it is not only the cell division process like mitosis or meiosis, the preparatory phases like G1 phase, S phase and G2 phase are very important in continuation of cell cycle and regulation of cell cycle. Cyclins play a very important role in regulation and maintenance of cell cycle. This you should remember. This is what cell cycle is.